محمad Sultan. I'm 26 years old. I'm an American. Yes, I have Egyptian origins, but I grew up in Kansas City, Boston, Detroit, Columbus, Ohio. I grew up in the United States of America, land of the free, home of the brave. Or at least that's what I was taught growing up about our nation. I graduated from the Ohio State University. I'm a damn proud Buckeye. I'm a huge Boston fan, and I have an unhealthy addiction to Chipotle. I remember campaigning in my hometown for Barack Obama. For me, the idea that everyone in America was equal is what made me so proud of the Stars and Stripes. For me, the fact that an African-American man named Barack Hussein Obama could become the president of the United States meant proving to the world that we're in fact the world's greatest democracy. Meant that every American, irrespective of his skin color or background, had the same rights and was equal. But now I'm forced to question how true that is. I've been languishing in an Egyptian prison for over 6 months. For almost 200 days, I've had my freedom stripped away from me. Why? Because I was living by the same values and principles that our founding fathers built this great nation on. Freedom, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Liberty and justice for all. And that all men were created equal. See, before getting arrested, I was documenting crimes against justice, against humanity, against democracy in Egypt. Trying to share my American principles with young Egyptians, hoping to build bridges between the two free generations, the very same youth that President Obama publicly praised following the January 25th revolution. Essentially, my crime is doing exactly what I thought my president wanted me to do, learning from the Egyptian youth and sharing with them my experience of freedom. If you're watching this, it means I'm either in solitary confinement in a dungeon somewhere with no access to the outside world, or I'm in a hospital bed because the hunger strike I started January 26th earlier this month has gotten the better of me, or I'm dead. If it's the last, then at least I'm free. Free from the tyrant of this world whose leaders claim to support freedom and democracy but do so little to help those fighting for it. And if I'm still alive, then I ask my government, the government of the United States of America, is my life not worth anything to you? Has the life of American citizens become worthless? Or is it because my name is Muhammad? You see, Mr. Obama, let me remind you that you would not be president today were it not for the thousands of African Americans who sacrificed their lives to bring equality and rid our country of discrimination and racism forever. But with your continued silence, you, sir, are saying that there are, in fact, different variations of American. And my type in this period, in this time, just happens to be the one that matters less, or not at all. I say this because your government moved mountains and sent a chartered plane to evacuate my fellow blonde-haired, blue-eyed Americans who were being detained by the same Egyptian military back in 2012. So why am I any different? Is it because my father is not some rich, well-connected congressman? Or is it because my father is an Islamic scholar, an Islamic academic? Or is it because, like you, sir, I have an Arabic name? I chose to go on a hunger strike, on an open-ended hunger strike, because I was brought up a free man. So my decision was to peacefully challenge and resist oppression and tyranny. That even if the Egyptian military is able to jail me and my own government insisting on abandoning me, I still control my own destiny. I still control my own fate. And that to me is what being free and what being an American is all about. Mr. President, fellow Americans, fellow humanitarians, you may choose to ignore me. But my fear is that you won't be ignoring me. You will be ignoring your conscience. You will be, and above all, you will be ignoring the countless of other Americans who in the future will be neglected by their governments. Because this sets a precedent. This sets a precedent for the plight of the hyphenated American to be ignored completely. After a sniper bullet barely missing my head and another striking my arm, my illegal and unjust arrest based on political grounds, and a traumatizing experience with surgery in my own cell, I know now more than ever that freedom isn't free. It isn't cheap at all. And if I have to pay the price with my life, then I do it for God and country. محمد سلطان.